What is up, everyone? I hope you are all doing great. Today is day number 4 of the Master Cleanse, and I technically broke my fast. Last night, Laura and I went out for dinner with a couple friends, and I decided to have a beer with my supper. I had a pretty healthy meal. Not super healthy, to be honest, but it was okay. I don't feel too bad about it. Today, I planned on getting back on track with everything, and I did have a weak moment, and I ate like 3 chocolate bars in a row. So that was a little bit out there. That was a little bit off the rails for a moment. But I'm going to take this as a lesson and move forward from here. Because I know in the past when I have had moments where I, stopped committing to what I'm doing and went off the rails or went off path, I typically say, you know what, screw it. I went off the rails, I screwed up, so I'm just going to go back to the way that I used to be, back to my old diet. I'm just going to give up. And you know what? It's not really even that big of a deal, and so I'm just going to get back on track. I'm just going to continue to go with the Master Cleanse. I am making an announcement tomorrow evening. I am going to a vegan feast, so I will be breaking my fast again tomorrow, but that's pretty deliberate. I kind of have that planned out in my mind. So I guess you could say this isn't a proper Master Cleanse, since I already broke it yesterday, kind of did today, and am tomorrow. But this experience overall has been huge progress when it comes to my health. I have been eating way better than I have been in the past, and I have been cutting down a huge amount of the food that I used to be eating, been drinking a lot more fluids, and drinking a lot more lemons, which have really good properties to tug at the lymphatic system to pull out some of the stagnant mucus. And as I mentioned before, the lymphatic system is basically the sewage system of the body, where all that stuff is kind of stored in the body, all the acids and all the wastes and all of the gunk and stuff. So overall, still making a ton of progress, so I don't see why I would stop there. Overall, I'm learning a huge amount of lessons, and there's definitely some things that I'm going to keep permanent. I'm not going to do the Master Cleanse forever, obviously. I'm going to switch back to eating solid foods on a regular basis. But I know now this experiment is proving that it's not the hardest thing in the world to drink liquids throughout the day. Yeah, I did kind of like go off trail a little bit, but before this experiment, I was surprised I was even able to get through one day, let alone a few days. And even again, I'm used to eating several meals a day, and half of them junk food. So the fact that I drank juice all day yesterday and then had one meal yesterday, and went off the rails a little bit today, and I'm able to say, you know what, I'm going to go back on track, is a huge accomplishment for me. I feel really proud of where I have what I've accomplished in the last week. Some of the permanent changes that I'm going to make, though, are one, again, I'm cutting out caffeine. No more caffeine. Another one, no more fast food. No more going through the drive-thru, which is a habit that I was getting into multiple times per week. I was looking at my my checking account, and looking at all of the purchases I made, and like it was like in a row, like A&W, Wendy's, Burger King, like just one after another. So first of all, I was spending a lot of money on this stuff too. Like I was spending between $10 to $15 every time I had one of these meals from one of these places too. So that stuff adds up pretty quick, especially if I do that multiple times per week. So that's, and also taking trips to the liquor store. I don't get drunk very often, but I do get a lot of casual beers. I'm used to going to the liquor store and buying like 2 big tall boys of beers or something like that. Again, multiple times per week, and that's the issue. It's more of the consistency and the amount of times that I was going. And it was more of like a habit of like visiting there before I come home after school or after work, making a visit to get a couple beers from the liquor store and getting a meal from fast food. That I'm completely cutting out. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm going to cut out alcohol at like forever in my life, or even caffeine. For the most part, though, I'm going to cut out caffeine and coffee, because I know that if I started again after not drinking it, I have insomnia. I'm not able to sleep, so it's not worth it. But like, I'll have a beer if I'm out with friends and eating a meal every once in a while. I don't have a big problem with that. But it's just more of the consistency, this little habit of buying a treat for myself. Like, I'm not even going out with friends or anything. I'm just kind of like going home, like watching YouTube or watching a TV show and chowing down on burgers, fries, like pop and some beer, which is not a good habit to get into. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing great. I'm gonna get back on track. One of the reasons that I think I ate all that chocolate today, I just think it was like poor stress management, I guess. But I also didn't drink any juice. And if I just like slammed back like one of these, then the cravings probably would have went down. The problem was I didn't eat anything or drink anything all day, and then I just like had this moment where I ate like 3 or 4 chocolate bars within like 2 minutes. So it was like it started and it was over just like that. And that's the way she goes. But anyway, as I said, getting back on track. I'm talking in circles, as I usually do. Alright. Peace.